Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to today's 5 at 5. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's jump right in because I went way over the last time, and my son edits these, and so he lets me know often that I've gone over. All right, so we were in John. We were in John 4, and we're going to continue. Today I want to focus on verses 10 through 15. I'm reading from the New King James Version. Okay, so let's begin with verse 10 of chapter 4 of John. Okay, here we go. Jesus answered and said to her, "If you knew the gift of God and who it is who says to you, 'Give me a drink,' you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water." The woman said to him, "Sir, you have nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. Where then do you get that living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us the well and drank from it himself, as well as his sons and his livestock?" Jesus answered and said to her, "Whoever drinks of this water will thirst again, but whoever drinks of the water that I shall give him will never thirst. But the water that I shall give him will become in him a fountain of water springing up into everlasting life." The woman said to him, "Sir, give me this water that I may not thirst, nor come here to draw." You know, as I was sharing with you the other day, there's certain words that sometimes when I'm studying scripture just jump out. They leap off the page. And the word that I see here that's mentioned a few times in these few verses is the word thirst. Thirst. And here's the reality. We thirst. Anybody thirsty this morning? We thirst. Last time we talked, we saw how Jesus, when he said he had to go through Samaria, and we talked about that had to. We talked about how what was so beautiful is that he saw the woman, right? He saw the woman at the well. He saw her, and that's what he sees us. And we talked about all of this, preparing our hearts and understanding this so that we can worship in spirit and in truth, that we can be true worshipers like our Father is seeking. And so as we see this word thirst, the Bible has always spoken honestly about thirst. We know this woman's story as we have been in here, and her thirst, the natural thirst that we have for water, physical water. We have to have water to survive. There's a thirst. It's just not a one and done. We continue to thirst. And then we see these scriptures. The psalmist in Psalm 42 says, "As the deer pants for the water brooks, so pants my soul for you, O God. My soul thirsts for God, for the living God." Then again in Psalm 63, "O God, you are my God. Early will I seek you. My soul thirsts for you. My flesh longs for you in a dry and weary land where there is no water." And I know we can relate to that. This land definitely feels dry and barren. Thirst is not the problem, okay? The problem is not that we thirst. The problem is where we go to satisfy our thirst. So let me ask you this morning, where are you going to satisfy your thirst? Jesus promises this woman that whoever drinks of this water drinks of the water she was referring to, that she was drawing, they're going to thirst again. But he tells her that the living water he offers, she will never thirst again. Now, this woman is coming to the well every day. Why? It's familiar, it's predictable, it's necessary. We do the same types of things as we return to wells of being productive or seeking approval or needing control or being distracted, or our routines that keep us so busy but not full. Okay? We don't run to these wells because we're faithless. This is not about us being faithless. It reveals their limitation. Okay. But living water is different. Jesus is offering something that is different, something that's not external, but internal. That can flow within us. Living water doesn't remove our need, right? It transforms the source, because who is the source? Jesus is the source. And remember, when Jesus says, my food is to do the will of him who sent me, Jesus himself is sustained differently, right? And so this living water will sustain us differently. She wants it, right? She says, give me this water. I want this that you're offering, that I may not thirst. And, one of the things that we have to see is that we don't need perfect theology to ask Jesus for what we need. We don't. We just need to be honest. And the true worship is about being honest. And so what we long for more than anything will shape us. Now, this is really important. The Lord, before Jesus teaches about worship, as it continues in spirit and in truth, he's teaching her that worship is shaped by our thirst. Worship is shaped by our thirst. What we long for most is going to shape us. What we pursue, what we trust, what we worship. And misplaced thirst is going to lead to misplaced worship. Okay? So Jesus is not asking her to stop needing water. He's inviting her to drink differently. And he's inviting us to drink differently. And the invitation is, if you knew the gift of God, you might stop returning to these things, these wells that are empty, and begin to ask for what truly satisfies. So here are the questions I want you to ponder. What do I usually reach for when I feel depleted or restless? Which wells offer temporary relief but not lasting satisfaction? And what might it look like to bring my thirst honestly to Jesus? As we continue looking at this homework, here's some other things to consider. This week, I want you to notice moments of irritability, moments of restlessness or fatigue. And I want you to ask yourself, what am I thirsty for right now? And then here's your honest prayer. Jesus, here is what I've been reaching for, and here is what I truly need. And then our scripture reflection is going to be, go back and read John 4:10-15, Psalm 42 and Psalm 63, and sit with the phrase, my soul thirsts for you. Well, as we wrap this up, and I'm still over, but it's just so much here. I just want you to just think about, what am I thirsting for, and where am I turning for to satisfy that thirst? Be blessed. Share this with someone else. Remember, we're not blessed just to be blessed, but we're blessed to be a blessing. I look forward to seeing you on the next 5 at 5.